Welcome to Hot Springs, Arkansas, Bank OZK Arena for today's first of two games in our first session of the high school basketball state championships, brought to you by Centennial Bank. I'm RJ Hawk along with Nick Lasker. And Nick, what a great atmosphere it is here in Hot Springs. It's always a great time to come down here. You get fans from all over the state to pile in here to Hot Springs. And we want to say before we get started, hello, welcome.
How you doing, RJ?
It's good to see you.
Thank you.
One thing that's kind of been on the minds of a lot of people is the coronavirus.
Yes.
There's been a lot of folks talking about the protocols, people being able to get into the arena. We want as many fans to come down here as possible.
That's exactly right. You know, it's a great atmosphere for high school basketball, and you can rest assured that the AAA has done their due diligence. And speaking with those individuals that's in charge to help make that decision, Arkansas Department of Health, the governor's office, Arkansas Department of Education, to ensure that we're doing what's best for not only student athletes but the fans as well.
Well, you know, one of the big things about this tournament this year is the fact that they've changed it up a little bit. In years past, it was kind of a roll of the dice, kind of pull a hat out. You're going to play it at noon or whatever. You're going to have sessions this year where we'll have 2 games in the morning, 2 games in the evening, and it's going to go in order 1A through 6A.
That is correct. You know, it was board of directors. You know, we met with them and talked about probably what's best for the venue, and also met with Hot Springs Convention Center and doing what's best for the fan experience as well. It kind of follows along with what we've done at our state championship events. Our fans are used to having a morning session and then an afternoon session. So we're just falling in line with that. I think it's going to be a great experience, and we will rotate through the schedule every year of what time they play.
You know, one thing that's exciting for me is the fact that this will be my 14th year calling high school basketball action here. And it's nice having that break in between the 2 sessions to be able to kind of catch your breath a little bit and get ready for those afternoon games.
I think it's going to be outstanding. We have some action-packed games slated, and I think it's going to be great, obviously, for us doing the games, but also for our fan experience. I'm looking forward to a great 3 days of basketball.
Well, you want to talk about this first game. It's Viola versus Kirby. It's Battle of Class 1A, and there's some special players on this team. A couple players for Viola that a lot of fans want to look out for. Kiera Moore and Braylon Fierce. And then for Kirby, Mackenzie Jones, just do it all player.
You know, I think we have some outstanding young ladies in this first matchup. First of all, you have 2 teams that know how to win. You have one team that's 40-2, and you have another team that's 38-5. So you're going to see some young ladies on the floor that know how to make baskets and know how to win ball games.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting act. You know, a lot of times when you get to those lower classifications, the entire town show up, and the atmosphere at Bank OZK Arena has been outstanding over the years for those last, you know, those littler classifications.
That's exactly right. I've had the pleasure of coaching at some of the smaller classifications, and I'll tell you, when you get to this level, everybody wants to come out. You have full support, and you're going to have some young ladies performing at a high level that a lot of people in the state may not know of.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, and Scott Inman, Bobby Swafford, and Wes Moore will have the call of all the games today. And you may have noticed that AETN has a new name, Arkansas PBS, but that doesn't change our commitment and dedication to education in Arkansas. We thought you might like to see some of the education initiatives going on Arkansas PBS.
For more than 50 years, AETN has been a place for all Arkansans. We've brought the world to your home through America's most trusted institution, PBS. As a leader in Arkansas education, we offer Arkansans lifelong learning opportunities in a safe and trusted environment on air, online, and in person.
A heart of a teacher is being there, not just academically, but emotionally. You know, just like if they're there for you and they're always gonna be there for you, and even if you're out of school, they're gonna be there for you.
And we are committed to empowering educators with educational tools and resources to help students succeed. We support education with our award-winning documentaries, instructional videos, digital series.
Woke up this morning, poetry on my mind.
Woke up this morning, poetry on my mind.
Community outreach, lesson plans, teacher and adult learning. We celebrate Arkansas students excelling in both academics and sports with our broadcasts like Arkansas Governor's Quiz Bowl Tournament,
Great high school teams from all around the state will compete in the 1A, 2A, and 7A divisions this afternoon, battling for their chance to become state champions.
And the high school state championship games through our partnership with the Arkansas Activities Association.
All of AETN Sports has been great to work with as we kind of start this new chapter of televising the state championships. And our first year, just tons of positive feedback from the state.
Thank you for the partnership. I couldn't do it without you.
As Arkansas PBS, we will continue to be a leader in high-quality content.
My concern is that I believe that here in this state, our young people have to believe that they matter.
And digital entertainment, and your leading source in Arkansas of high-quality education.
Arkansas culture is a melting pot of sharecropper storytelling, myths of the Wild West, and tall tales from the deepest Ozark hollows.
Arkansas at the heart of everything we do.
New name, always Arkansas.
As Arkansas PBS, we will continue our mission of illuminating the people, places, and stories that matter the most. We've got much more championship action coming up to you live from Bank OZK Arena. Coming up next, right here on Arkansas PBS.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief to Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at my100bank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
This spring, stay well as PBS shines a light on health. We'll get the facts on fat.
Fat's been given a bad rap.
And the data on diabetes.
100 million people affected.
Check out some medical artifacts.
It's absolutely astounding.
Witness the nation's mental health crisis.
It doesn't make for a good American story.
And Ken Burns presents an intimate history of genetics. Here's to your health, starting this April on PBS and the PBS Video app.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, Arkansas. RJ Honk along with Nick Lasker. And Nick, when you look at the people starting to roll in for this Class 1A game, it's one of those games that you want everything to go right on this first game, but I think we're going to have a heck of a matchup when you've got Viola and Kirby. Viola comes in 40-2 on the year, Kirby 38-5 on the season. This is going to be a fun matchup.
I think it's going to be an outstanding matchup. I'm really looking forward to see these young ladies play. You know, I think pace of play is going to be a big piece. You know, who can rise to the occasion at this level and on this stage. Different venue, different atmosphere, probably a little bit bigger than some gymnasiums they're used to playing in. But I'm telling you, these young ladies know how to win, so I'm looking forward to some people really stepping up.
When you look at Viola on the season, 40-2 on the year, this is a team that lost, they only had 2 losses to Marmaduke and Mountain View, which they later avenged those losses.
Right.
But this is, you know, you think about basketball teams you've coached. When you play 42, 43 basketball games in the season, that's a lot of basketball.
It's a lot of basketball, and that's what I alluded to, the fact that these young ladies know how to win. When you're 40-2, you've had some success. So what you've done has generally worked. So you want to stick to the script. You want to get out and get started early and have some success.
Mackenzie Jones for Kirby. She's their do-it-all player, averaging 17 points a game, 8 rebounds a game. Starting to draw interest from Ouachita Baptist right now as a player. When you have her going up against Kiara Moore, who's averaging 12.2 points per game, but she's had over 1,400 points in her career.
Right. I think the matchup is going to be key, but I think what you really have to do is you have to make sure that you continue to do what you've been successful doing to get to this point. So if you're an inside team, you still want to establish that post presence. And if you're guard oriented, then you want to make sure you put them in position to be successful.
You know, both these coaches talked about how they want to feed their key players in this game.
Right.
And one thing that you're going to look at, if this becomes a foul game, both these teams can shoot the free throws really well.
Yes. You know, that most of the time there are certain things that most games come down to. Free throw shooting has always been one of those things. You want to make sure that you're putting the ball into the hands of those people that can make the free throws.
And you always hear coaches say, value the basketball. That's
exactly
a big
right.
thing when you get to this level.
That's exactly right. You need it to win.
Yeah. Well, hey, The state basketball finals are taking place in the storied city of Hot Springs. There's plenty of history, plenty of attractions, and plenty of things to do in the Spa City. Our Exploring Arkansas's man about town, Chuck Dovish, takes us on a tour of the Spa City.
Here in the Spa City, along world-famous Bathhouse Row on Central Avenue, you just never know who you might run into. The ghost of Al Capone? I can't believe they only got you for tax evasion. Hot Springs was actually the first U.S. reservation created in 1832 to protect a natural resource, the hot springs, 40 years before Yellowstone. The main attraction of Hot Springs is Bathhouse Row. The Fordyce Bathhouse serves as a museum and visitor center for the national park. Inside, a Native American maiden offers a drink of the health-giving water to early explorer DeSoto. The 8,000-piece glass skylight represents Neptune's SeaWorld. The Buckstaff Bathhouse, in continuous operation since 1912, is the only one still providing the traditional bathing experience. Other attractions along Central Avenue, the historic 1875 Arlington Hotel is the state's largest and has hosted celebrities, athletes, and gangsters. Inside the former Southern Club Casino, you may be able to recognize a few folks in wax. And then there's the Gangster Museum, where, if you want to, you can make like one. I'll give you to the count of 3 to get your no-good-for-nothing, dirty, lousy keister out of here before I fill you full of lead. Of course, the other big attraction in Hot Springs is Oaklawn. And for a bird's-eye view of the Spa City, the Hot Springs Mountain Tower provides that at 1,246 feet in elevation. And before leaving Hot Springs, be sure and stop in the Lamar Bathhouse and pick you up one of these, a souvenir bathtub, and for that matter, getting in one for a picture that'll make all your friends jealous. Yes, sir.
It's Call Calls with Clifford, referee Derek Lewis, and his daughter, referee Erica Lewis.
Hold it. It's typically when someone grabs you by the jersey, or by the arm, or bear hugs. The call would be here with a closed fist. You would signal hold here, and you would give the number. That's what a holding is.
1, 2, 3, Arkansas PBS!
Welcome back, and I want to say thanks to Chuck Dovish for taking us all around the Spa City, and Clifford. Clifford worked his way in there and is working on his skills as we get ready for this 1A girls basketball game. And you see right there, the girls are just about set and ready to go. We're about to bring you championship action as Wes Moore and Bobby Swafford are going to be on the call, but we owe you one more break. So when we come back, we will have 1A class girls action live from Bank OZK Arena right here on Arkansas PBS.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory-certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena as The teams are on the court getting ready to go through the starting lineups, and we are just about moments away from sending you to courtside with Wes Moore and Bobby Swafford. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of our players of the game in this one, and we will start with Viola High School. Kiera Moore, the shooting guard, currently has a 3.7 GPA. Her field of study is going to be social work. And on the Kirby side, Mackenzie Jones, who we talked about a little bit ago, 17 points a game. She's the center, and with a 3.7 GPA, Mackenzie Jones, is wanting to go into physical therapy or coaching, and those two are our players of the game for this Class 1A Girls Championship game, live from Bank OZK Arena. Nick Lasker, RJ Hawk, joining you here in Studio B, I guess you could say. They've got us a Studio B just courtside, and Wes and Bobby are standing by right on the court, and looking forward to this first game.
I think it's going to be outstanding.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, and like we said, it's going to go in order. So this first section, you're going to have the 1A girls game first, and then the 1A boys game that'll follow in the afternoon, or you'll have the second game at 1:45.
That is correct.
And then the 2A games will be tonight, right?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you'll have those set up tonight, and going to have a lot of folks. Remember, if you are out in the area and you're watching right now and said, I've been wanting to come to Hot Springs and watch some championship action.
Yes, by all means.
We want fans here. That's what makes these championships great, are the fans that
That's
show
right.
up.
You hear that crowd?
Yes.
Exciting.
And this is only the 1A crowd. So,
yes.
So come on out. You can buy a single game pass or a session pass, and it'll be a lot of fun. Come out here and support these kids, because they put in, like we talked about, played 43 games in some cases.
They deserve it.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. And I was talking with the Viola coaches prior to the ball game. It's been since the 60s since they've been in this game.
Yes.
You don't think this means a little bit for that community?
It means a lot. If they can see the crowd, they know everyone from Viola is here. And the same with Kirby.
One of these things, we always talk about it in football, because football almost is always king in this state. But even in basketball, last person out of town, turn out the lights.
That's exactly right. That's right. The last person out is going to turn out the light. I think that we are in store for a great, not just game, but a whole opportunity of basketball.
Well, we've got about a minute till we pitch it over to Wes and Bobby courtside. Real quick, for you, what are some keys for both these teams to get a win today?
I think, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I think it's going to be pace of play. Some teams like to play fast. Some teams like to slow it down. I think you definitely got to get the ball to your playmakers. But I will tell you this. Look for someone that's probably not as expected to step up to play at a large and a high level. That always happens in championship matchups.
We see it every year at these games. I was talking with the Kirby coaches a little bit ago as well, and they said one of the big things for them is defending the three-point line, because they know Kiera Moore, she can line up from the three-point line and do a really good job. She's almost a 40% three-point shooter this year, and you don't want to foul her at the three-point line, but you really don't want to foul her in the paint, because she's a 75% free throw shooter.
That's exactly right. And, there'll be some people that step up and make some threes.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. It's now time to send you courtside, as with the call for today's game, it's going to be Wes Moore and Bobby Swafford for this 1A girls game.
Great job, guys. Thanks a lot. Bobby, we are all set. Starting lineups are being introduced right now, and I got to say, first of all, I am really surprised by this crowd. It is a really good crowd. It's a 1A girls game, but you look at all the fans here from Kirby is behind us, Viola across from us, all that orange and black for the Longhorns.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I think RJ mentioned the last one out of town, turn out the lights. Yep. These towns, sometimes with the smaller classifications, if you're not a die-hard basketball fan and you're just tuning in to see, hey, I want to watch some basketball, you probably don't know where these two teams are. Viola from the north-central part of the state, Kirby actually not that far from Hot Springs here, just a little to the west, but everybody's here since the 1960s, since Viola's been in the state championship game. Going to be really impressive to see how these two teams handle this big stage.
Coach Robert Tucker's got his girls ready right now. He's giving them some last-minute instructions, but it's all about, to me, this first quarter settling down. Playing basketball.
That's right. You got to set the pace. Both these teams average right about the high 50s, the low 60s as far as points per game. The pace of play is going to be big. And a lot of times you see in these state finals, Wes, and you've seen it time and time again, it's a hard arena to shoot in. You never play in this. The backdrop's different than a lot of high school arenas. So who can get that first big shot to fall and get the momentum early? A lot of times is who's going to win a state championship.
We are set for tip-off. You got Viola in the orange and black. Got the Longhorn colors. That's okay.
It's all right.
It may be Arkansas, but these Longhorns are good, and Viola ready to tip it off in the 1A Girls State Finals. Kirby wins the tip, and here come the Lady Trojans with the ball, first possession of the game. Looks like Viola's playing man-to-man defense. Kirby's looking it over. Ball into the corner. Now out top. Patient Kirby team. Drive into the middle, a little strong. Viola's going to come out away with the rebound.
Nice job by McCandless. Get in there and get the loose ball, but they turn it right back over, and Kirby's going to get another possession. Wes, it's really interesting. You look at these teams. Kirby at 38-5. 4 of those losses came to schools significantly larger than. How about losses to Bryant, Greenwood, Star City, and Hot Springs, all 4A or larger for this Class 1A team to take on during the regular season?
Well, and you look at Viola, their losses were to Marmaduke and Mountain View, and they came back and beat those teams later on, got a little bit of a revenge. So you got 2 teams
that's right.
that should be here.
And Mountain View's playing in the 3A girls title game, the defending champs in that classification.
First 3-point attempt of the game is no good. Offensive rebound is pulled away, and it will remain with Kirby. Kirby will throw it in underneath the goal. So they start out the game 0 for 2. Trying to get our first points of the game. Inbound, good look for 3. Little off the rim. Here comes Viola. Viola's still looking for their first shot of the game. They'll take a 3. Off the rim. There you go, Bobby. You're seeing, I think, a little bit of nerves. They'll settle down and start hitting these shots because they're good shooting teams.
Yeah, these teams are so used to shooting well from the outside. Almost in this stage, you like to see them try to pound it in the paint, try to get an easy bucket to start.
That's what Kirby's trying to do. They want to get it inside, but they haven't been able to. They'll try another 3 off the back of the rim. Rebounds pulled down by Viola. Longhorns coming down, looking to drive. Sammy McCandless. Give it up. Now they're going to take it back out top. A.J. McCandless with it.
Viola riding a 16-game winning streak, 40-2 on the season. They've shown they're one of the best teams in the state all season.
Lady Trojans playing man-to-man defense, and they get the steal. Lady Trojans with it. Kirby looking to score their first points of the game. They fire one up. Kaylee Dugan knocks it down. There we go. Broke the ice.
There's the first one. Kaylee Dugan rattles one home. Kirby averaging 62 points per contest, and they get a triple to get things started here in Hot Springs.
It just gives everybody a chance to take a deep breath, at least for Kirby. Longhorns looking for their first point. Sammy McCandless with it up top. Bounce pass in low. Good give and go. Foul is called. They'll get a chance to go to the free throw line to get their first points of the game.
Nice job by A.J. McCandless to go on the backdoor cut and the bounce pass. And drew some contact, and like you said, maybe a chance for a couple free throws to get them on the board and break the ice.
A.J. McCandless goes to the free throw line. 78% free throw shooter on the season. Did you hear that net? You can hear it on our broadcast, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Rips that net. Nice form. Good shot from McCandless. Two for 2. She touched the rim that time, but it fell on in. So just Kirby leads it 3-2.
Just a freshman is A.J. McCandless, number 30 in your program. Number 1 in your hearts, of course.
Gigi Davis with it, gives it up. Get back. Got another 3-point shot attempt from Dugan. And she's feeling it.
Yep. Once shooters shoot, and once they see it go through the rim one time, they'll let it fly. She's already knocked down a pair of triples.
McCandless drives, but gets the ball stolen. Mount with it. Mount looking for a teammate, but passes just a little bit ahead of her and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Kirby thought A.D. Harmon was going to go to the bucket, but she kind of flared out, and the pass went sailing down the corridor, and we're going to have to track that one down.
6-2. Kirby with the early lead after a couple threes from Mount. Had to chase down the ball. It went down halfway to the concession stand.
Just trying to buy one of those souvenir T-shirts was the ball.
McCandless brings it up. Taking her time. Lady Trojans sticking with the man-to-man defense. McCandless gives it up to Sammy. I guess I need to start calling them by their first name. Down low into Fierce. Back outside. Got an open look from McCandless, and she knocks it down. There we go.
The freshman with all 5 points so far for Viola, and they're back within 1.
No freshman jitters for A.J. Kirby driving in. Gigi Davis. she gets fouled. She'll be going to the free throw line. They've been wanting to get it inside, and that was the best way to do it, just take it and go.
Yeah, nice job of attacking the basket and getting to the foul line. You hate to see it a lot of times with the state tournament. Defenses are tight. They tend to foul a little often in the first half, so take advantage if you're on offense, and that's exactly what she did.
Davis' first free throw was off the front of the rim. Kirby trying to increase their lead now to 2 points. After a little bit of a slow start, these teams are starting to heat up a little bit from the floor. Second free throw was good. One thing I noticed in the notes, Bobby, these are good free throw shooting teams.
That's right. And a lot of times you see teams who are playing this late in the season, no matter what level it is, you got to be good from the charity stripe because a lot of games are determined at that point.
Got an offensive foul called. That one I think is going to go on Moore. Just trying to set the screen, and now they're going to give it on Sammy McCandless. She could have took the brunt of that foul.
Yeah,
she was trying to give a little bit of a screen.
Yeah, she took a shot to the midsection and got the bad side of both of that.
I know that was a point of emphasis this fall for college basketball. They really wanted to have the screen set. Kirby with the turnover. Here come the Longhorns with it. Viola looking to tie it up, maybe take the lead with the three. AJ with it, gives it up. Now they're going to look inside. Now back, inside out, open three, no good, off the back of the rim. Kirby with the rebound.
Nice strong box out by Gigi Davis there to get Kirby the offense.
Harmon with it, she gives it up, back up top to Mount. Mount with a hot hand early. Davis thought about it. She's going to pull the trigger off the back, all around the rim. That's an all-around good shot right there.
That's right. You're going to read the box score tomorrow. That was nothing but net, but in person, not as pretty, but still counts the same.
Sammy gives it up to AJ. She drives in off the back. Offensive rebound is good.
Nice job by Braidlin Fierce for the offensive putback.
Kirby right down the court, looking to attack. Down in the corner, open three. Passes on the three, drive inside. Longhorns with the rebound. Here comes McCandless. McCandless looking to push it. Surveying, leaves it out. Sammy decides to drive, no good.
Tried the little runner in the lane, but nice job by Kirby to pack the lane and force the tough shot, and they get the defensive board.
Mount with it out top. They'll work it into the corner. Would love to get it inside, but that three ball's open. Try it again. Offensive rebound. Mackenzie Jones had it. Longhorns come away with it.
You like the pace of play. Not a lot of stoppages here. There's supposed to be an immediate timeout ago, 90 seconds ago, but these two getting up and down. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers, what you like to see to start a title game.
Letting them play. Longhorns looking inside. Nothing there. Doing a good job of taking away McCandless right now. Sammy has it up top. Patient. Working it inside out and gets the open shot and knocks it down. That's AJ. Sammy and AJ getting it done right now.
AJ McCandless now with 7 points for Viola.
Kirby back with it. That's Harmon down in the corner. Looking to drive is Jones. Knocked away. Loose ball, and Kirby gets it back.
Active hands for both of these defensive squads. You get the block from behind for the immediate steal, and Kirby's got a chance to add to their 1 point lead.
Wide open three-point attempt, no good, off the side of the rim. They're packing the paint right now and basically daring both sides. Just shoot the three. You're not going to get it inside.
Not a bad strategy, as poorly as teams usually shoot here at Bank OZK Arena.
Viola looking out at their coach. He's wanting to run a play here. They're going to set up the play. McCandless with it. AJ. Browning looking inside. It's tipped away, and here comes Kirby with it.
It's a great job to read the play by Mackenzie Jones.
They need to get Jones involved offensively. She's doing a great job defensively. If you watch Viola, they're just sinking down. They do not want her to get it. She finally gets it. Double team quickly, and the shot's blocked.
Jones with 1,400 career points, as RJ mentioned in the pregame, drawing some interest from some colleges in the state, but hadn't been able to get anything going for the 6-foot junior so far.
Yeah, no doubt. They're focusing their attention on Mackenzie Jones. She's going to draw the foul there. They wanted a clean block, but when you swat it like that, that's going to
And Jones
tempt the officials to make that call.
Jones is not going to like that call, as much contact it was on her on the other end, and she gets called for that one. As we finally hit the media timeout with 33 seconds left in the first quarter.
Trojans lead it 10-9. You are watching the state finals on Arkansas PBS.
From that first car. For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
There is no parallel for this election in 2020.
Trust is everything. There will be a respectful and fair exchange of ideas.
PBS has held a special place in people's lives. People trust us.
We need to understand what's going on. We need to go behind the story and under the story.
Not just to find out what happened, but why it matters.
2020 will be a political roller coaster, but viewers can count on PBS to be there every step of the way.
Exciting and clean start to the 1A Girls Championship game. Kirby leads it 10-9 over Viola. Pretty cleanly played. Not a lot of whistles. Going to the free throw line for just the, how many free throws have we had now? This is a fifth free throw.
Yeah.
And as we said, these are two good free throw shooting teams, and you send them to the line, they're going to make it. And that was one of the things both of the coaches said. We cannot send these teams, our opponent, to the free throw line because they're good free throw shooters, and AJ's making the coaches look smart, knocks down 2 free throws, and now Viola has the lead, 11-10.
She's 4 for 4 from the foul line, got 9 of their 11 points, and as you mentioned, the Lady Trojans now facing a deficit as they're trying to hold for the final shot here in the first quarter.
It appears Kirby doesn't want Viola to get another shot. They're holding it out. They'll probably attack with about 10 seconds left on the clock. We're under 10, and here we go. Kirby looking to attack. They're going to have to fire up a 3. 3 seconds left. Shot at the buzzers, no good. And that's how we end the first quarter, with Viola taking a lead with 2 free throws there at the end of the quarter. They lead it 11-10.
Yeah, really nice start to the contest by Kirby. They hit 2 quick 3-pointers, but Viola able to bounce right back. It was 6-2, and all of a sudden Viola scores 9 of the final 13 points of that period. They've got a 1-point lead after the first 8 minutes.
1 quarter down, 3 to go in the 1A Girls State Championship game. Viola with a 1-point lead. You're watching the state finals on Arkansas PBS.
Broadcast of this championship game is made possible by
the Cherokee Nation, our people, our culture, our history, our future. To learn more, go to visitcherokeenation.com and say hello to the Cherokee Nation.
You'll find us at the end of a lot of long country roads, covering over 60% of the great state of Arkansas to provide reliable power to over 500,000 homes, farms, and businesses. The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, your local energy partners.
John's Honda, your hometown dealer for sales and service of Honda motorcycles, ATVs, Honda generators, and Honda lawnmowers. Family owned and operated since 1967, John's Honda offers factory certified technicians and experienced sales staff.
Whether you're a Razorback,
Welcome back into the 1A Girls State Championship game here in Hot Springs. What team do you think is going to win today's matchup? Support your team by voting in the next 10 minutes on the Engage Arkansas PBS app, available in the App Store. We'll share the live results as well as our favorite comments from the fan wall.
Viola with the and one. Great play, drive and dish. Like the penetration there from the Lady Longhorns, and now they'll go back to the free throw line. Fierce with it. She is a 70% free throw shooter on the season.
You like the draw up right out of the quarter. We get some quick offense, and that 1-point lead now up to 2 possessions just 11 seconds into the second period.
14-10. Viola takes the lead. Kirby needing some points. You see Viola extending their defense all of a sudden, putting a little bit more pressure, and it causes a turnover.
Yeah, they've gone to that looked like a 1-3-1 kind of trapping zone. You mentioned they jumped right out to at the half court, and Kirby's going to burn a timeout.
Yeah, Kirby and Coach Robert Tucker didn't like what he saw there. Now he wants to settle them down and say, hey, if they go back to that 1-3-1, here's what we want to do. They've seen it, I'm sure, at times this year. They know what to do against it, but it caught them a little bit off guard. I wonder at the end of the first quarter if Viola didn't see a little something when they went to 1-3-1, just there when they were trying to run a little time off the clock. And honestly, Kirby didn't get a great shot at the end of the first quarter. And so I think maybe that put a little something in Viola's coach's head saying, hey, let's stay with this. And so Coach Hughes had them in that 1-3-1.
That's the game within the game, the in-game adjustment. You see maybe a ball handler or two doesn't handle the rock as crisply as they should be, and you throw a little jump trap on them and force a quick turnover, get an extra possession for your offense.
Kirby at one point led this game 10-5, but you look up now, that's a 9-0 run. So it's been all Viola here recently, and Viola looking to add to their lead. Kirby stays in their man-to-man. Viola looking to get it inside, just couldn't quite make the pass. Now they get it inside. Good post move, good strong move right there from Braidlin Fierce. And now she's on a roll.
That was a fierce move down low, pardon the pun.
Another almost a steal, but yes, they're going to call. That's a wrong call.
Yeah.
I hate criticizing the officials, but that was tipped by Viola right in front of us, so that shouldn't have been backcourt.
He pointed right towards Josie Mount, saying that she established possession before she crossed half court, then went over to the backcourt, and I don't think that's right. I think you nailed it on the head there, Wes. That was the first poor call of the day.
All right, Viola looking to add to their lead. They've been trying to get it inside to Fierce. They're looking, trying to set up the play for. Now they're going to drive, penetrate. It's there. Left-handed layup, no good. Here comes Kirby. Kirby desperate of some points right now. Got a fast break opportunity. Take it all the way to the basket, and they get the foul. That's Mount with it. Mount started out hot for Kirby. She leads the team with, this will be her first chance to score. First time to the free throw line. It was Dugan that hit the 2 threes earlier.
Yeah, nice job by Mount to just attack the basket in the one-on-one situation and draws the foul.
First free throw is pure. That gets Mount on the scoreboard, her first point of the day. Dugan leads the team. Kirby with scoring right now with 6. She's got 2 3-pointers. Davis has 4. Second free throw is good, so that drought is over for Kirby.
Net didn't move too much on either one of those. That was back of the iron and straight down twice in a row.
Now you see Kirby doing something a little different defensively. They've extended their pressure and it works. They get a steal. Here comes Kirby with it. Harmon with the steal, and they're going to pull it out. Mount gets the set up, gets an open look. Mount's there for the long rebound. Harmon thinks about it, drives in, underhand layup, no good. Viola with the rebound.
Yeah, that's a look that Kirby's going to want to have. Dugan wide open in the corner, just couldn't get it to go, but she's already knocked down 2 triples.
Another steal. That's 2 straight possessions for Viola. They've come away with not a shot. Drive, penetrate, charge.
Already 8 turnovers for the Viola offense, but a nice job defensively to get the feet set, or at least in the official's eyes, and he rules the charge after a little bit of a hesitation. Might have saw the arm slightly go to the hips and go the other way.
Looks good. She was set. She was standing there, but the Kirby fans are already mad at the officials for that backcourt, so now they're ready to yell about anything. Kirby extending their defense once again. They're in that 1-3-1 zone. Viola trying to figure out what they want to do against it. I know they want to get it inside, and they do. Nothing there. Throw it back out, and it's another turnover.
Coming at us.
I think that's 3 straight turnovers for Viola.
That's now 9 turnovers. The first quarter and a half for Viola, but a team that's got a 16-12 lead. If you've got to point to the one negative, it's valuing the basketball, because those things can tend to add up on you, especially late in the contest.
I wonder if Coach Tucker, comes out with that 1-3-1 zone after watching what Viola was doing. He's like, all right, we'll do it too. 3-pointer rattles in.
G.J. Davis knocks one down from the wing, and Viola burns a quick timeout.
A game of runs.
It has been.
We saw Kirby come out on a nice run. They led the game 10-5, but then Viola goes on their run. They were leading at one point by 7. Well, that lead has been cut to 1. So Viola's on their own little run right now, or Kirby's on their own little run right now.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. You're used to seeing fans behind the scoring team bench really jump up and celebrate, but behind the Kirby bench is the Nevada fans, the team that's in the Class 1A boys final right after this, and all the Kirby fans are behind us. So you look over at the bench, and there's not a whole lot of reaction behind them, but you got to realize they're wearing different colors.
We'll see if that three doesn't get Gigi Davis going. She was 0 from the field, and that just knocked down her first three-pointer. She's now 1 for 3 from the three-point line. Once you see that ball go through the net, it a lot of times settles you down, and the shots start falling a little bit. Kirby sticking in their zone. Viola wanting to attack. They want to get a little penetration. Kick it out. Get an open look, and it's good.
She knew it.
We knew it. That was right in front of us, and you were nodding when it halfway through to the goal. That was a good-looking shot.
McCandless with 12.
Kirby will try their own three. A little long off the back of the rim, but there you go. That's why you follow your rebound. Strassner in the game. She missed the shot, but she gets a rebound, and Kirby will get another look. Strassner has another look, but she decides not to take it this time. Dishes it off into the corner. Back outside. Other open look. Decided not to take it. Good hands. Active. Viola back in their man-to-man defense, so they're switching things up a little bit. Try not to give them a look at something too many straight times.
Yeah, if you're Kirby, you're trying to get Mackenzie Jones inside going, but that'll work.
That's Gigi Davis. Remember what I said? Make that first one? Well, that one banked in.
The window helped.
That's right. But when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Kirby stays in their defense. This time Viola gets a little penetration. They're going to kick it back out. See if we get 2 in a row. Nope. Good rebound for Kirby. Saw the size there for Kirby and Mackenzie Jones. She came down with that rebound pretty easily. Jones wanting it inside, and they give it to her. Double team, triple team. So that means somebody's wide open, but they can't make the shot. Mount had it. Quickly down the court. There you go, Viola.
Nice job by Lindsey Browning running the floor, the 5'11 junior. Gets behind the defense in an easy bucket.
Well, if the defense is giving you problems, don't let the defense set
That's right.
up. Beat them down the court. They work it inside. Shot's no good. Viola's there for the rebound.
Viola's doing a nice job of collapsing on Jones. As soon as she touches the basketball, you got 2 or 3 orange jerseys surrounding 21 and white.
I thought Viola might keep running with it there, but they decided to pull it out. They go inside, pass just a little high. Good drive to the basket, and that's a good-looking shot right there. Sammy McCandless, just pure right there, Bobby.
Yeah, that's the soft spot in the 1-3-1 zone right at the elbow, and she gets just inside the paint and knocks down the jumper, pushes the lead up to 6.
Viola 23, Kirby 17. You're watching the state finals on Arkansas PBS.
On your mark, get set, start crafting. Create is looking for its next craft star, and you could be it. To get in on the action, submit a 3-minute or less video showing your most appealing craft idea, exceptional tip, or favorite project. Our award-winning Create panel of judges will crown the winner, and you could win a chance to be featured on CreateTV.com. Visit CreateTV.com/challenge for all the contest details. Who knows, you may just be the next big thing on Create.
There's simply no substitute for hard work. Each new morning gives way to a chance to make things better than the day before. At Everett, we strive to be the best at what we do, and we know many in our community are doing the same. When we work to become better, everything around us becomes better too. Hi, I'm Susie Everett. At Everett Buick GMC, we're proud to support the difference makers in our community. That's the Everett difference.
So welcome back into the 1A Girls State Finals. As Viola's got a 23-17 lead on Kirby. For a copy of this game or any of the state championship games from the weekend, just go to m&mproductions.net to place your order for a copy of the broadcast.
Viola with a 6-point lead, but I know their coach is telling them, we got to take care of the ball, girls. If we take care of the ball, we should have a bigger lead. They already have 8 turnovers, but they're shooting well from the floor, making 43% of their shots. But the turnovers costing them. Kirby with 6 turnovers, but they're not shooting the ball as well. They're 5 of 21 from the field. That's 21% right now.
Yeah, Kirby just with 3 points off those 8 turnovers haven't been able to capitalize as much as you would like.
Kirby's led in scoring right now. Well, they've made some substitutions. The only player with scoring on their floor right now for Kirby is Mount with 2 points.
Yeah, sometimes you got to change it up.
Strasser, Golden, Harmon, Jones all in the game right now, but they have not scored. Kirby gets it in. They trail by 6. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. Work it around the outside. Viola doing a really good job in their zone. They're focused. They don't want it inside, but Kirby's able to get it inside. Good pass. That was a good entry pass.
Yeah, Jones able to establish herself between the blocks right above the circle. A little drop step and drew the foul. Maybe she can get herself going at the foul line. She's been held to just 2 points in the first 14 minutes of this contest.
Yeah, Mackenzie Jones was 0 for 3 from the field. First free throw is good.
Yeah, if you're Viola, you like what you've done defensively against Jones, trying to slow her down. But as you've mentioned it, you see the ball go through the net a time or two, you maybe start to feel it. She knocks down the first free throw.
Second free throw is good. That makes it a 4-point game.
Yeah, he's starting to get his starters a little break before the half.
Coach Hughes for Viola had said they really needed to focus on Gracie Davis. They needed to stop Davis, and, well, so far Davis has hit them for 9 points. She's been the key for Kirby, but not in the game right now.
Funny how coaches know exactly what they need to stop.
But stopping it's another issue.
Yeah,
we know what we need to do.
It's almost like they get paid to know these things.
Good passing from Viola, working it around the front, trying to attack this zone. Little penetration, kick out, wide open 3. No good, but a good rebound for Kirby.
Yeah, the shot doesn't fall, but Viola's figured out the zone. They found out the diagonal pass works really well, and they're getting good looks.
Good drive and net, able to get the layup to fall. Going to have a jump ball.
Stay with Kirby.
Kirby will keep it. Minute 43 to go. They trail by 4, and they're going to put in their post player.
Yeah,
got her out for a quick little break, but you know what? We got the ball right now. Let's see if we can't work it inside. Let's see if Mackenzie Jones can keep it going.
Yeah, the inbound play under your own basket, that's prime territory for your big post.
Mackenzie trying to post up. They're going to take a deep 3 off the front of the rim, fight for the rebound, and Strassner comes back up with it. That's twice Strassner shot a 3 and got her own rebound.
Kirby's done a nice job on the offensive glass getting second chances.
Kirby with the drive. Nobody's home to stop her. 2 quick, easy points that time for Gigi Davis.
And finished with the left hand at the rim, and you mentioned nobody stepped in front. That's as easy as a shot as you're going to get at this stage of the season.
And you don't expect that out of a zone. There are plenty of people there, but she was able to get all the way in the basket. Lady Trojans still in their 1-3-1. Work it inside. Great passing, wide open layup. How about those 3 passes right there?
Yeah, Macy Perryman had a wide open layup herself, but she ditched it off, and then Browning finished it off down low.
Kirby with it. Look at the inside just packed. We got a player down for Kirby. I think that was Gigi Davis. She's down on the court. Obviously in a lot of pain right now. Can't tell what's wrong. I did not see her go down. Teams are going to go to their benches.
Take a look at the replays. Rolled her ankle.
Yep, she did.
She rolled her right ankle on that one. You can see when the point of the toe lands on the court, that's never good, and she's obviously hurting a little bit.
Painful injury just to watch, and a lot of the Kirby fans behind us were upset. They said it should have been a foul call, but obviously there she just stepped on another player's foot, rolled her ankle, and she's getting some help right now. Davis has been catching fire for them here recently. She just drove inside and made the layup. She's got 9 points and leads the team in scoring right now.
Yeah, maybe the worst part about this is this happens in the final minutes of the second quarter. Maybe she can walk it off, maybe come back in this game, but halftime those things tend to stiffen up. She's going to have to try to find a way to either loosen that up or see how serious this injury is. Well, do you know someone who couldn't make it to the game? Remind them to watch it statewide on Arkansas PBS.
Davis 3 for 5 from the field, including 2 of 4 from the three-point line. She split her 2 free throw attempts, but as I said, she's got 9 total points to lead Kirby in scoring right now, so she's got more than half of their points, or close to half of their points at one point. But Kirby trails by 4, 25-21. with possession of the ball and about 45 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, good to see her walking off under her own power. No assistance there. A little limp, though. It kind of looks like if she can handle the pain in the second half, she should be able to come back.
Let me correct myself. Davis has 11 points now. I didn't have the updated stats, but she is up to 11 of their 21 points.
Foul away from the ball there. It's been a pretty clean first half. Just 10 combined fouls between these two teams, with the next one on Viola. Going to put Kirby on the line in the bonus.
Kirby gets it in quickly. I had an open shot. They didn't want it. Wonder if they're going to look now. That answers my question.
Nice
Viola
job.
gets the steal. Here comes Viola looking to add to their lead. 30 seconds left in the half.
Nice job by Browning there to get the deflection. And it looks like Viola is going to try to hold for the final shot.
Kirby stays in their 1-3-1 zone. We've seen a lot of that in the second quarter. Bobby, as you said, it looks like they want to hold for that last shot. 15 seconds to go.
Mount at the top of the zone at 5'8", makes the passing lanes a little bit smaller, but Viola's been able to handle it for the most part.
AJ with it, throws it down the court and got an open look. Short. Offensive rebound, couldn't pick it up, and that's the way we'll end the half. Viola leads it 25-21 after 2 quarters of play. Longhorn fans are excited. They know they're one half away from winning the 1A Girls State Championship game.
Really impressive start by Kirby, but Viola was able to weather the storm, and it's really been the story of number 30, A.J. McCandless, the freshman for the Lady Longhorns. She's been really impressive, and coaches across Class A in Arkansas, gonna hate to hear that name for the next 3 years.
That is the second time you said freshman, and that's the second time I double-checked you in the program to make sure she is a freshman, because she doesn't look like a freshman. She doesn't play like a freshman.
Certainly doesn't play like a freshman. She is. A lot of times you have nerves no matter what age you are, but the freshman maybe it's a little brighter stage than you're expecting. But she's come out and played extremely well for Viola.
It's halftime of the 1A Girls State Finals. You're watching Arkansas PBS.
There is no parallel for this election in 2020.
Trust is everything. There will be a respectful and fair exchange of ideas.
PBS has held a special place in people's lives. People trust us.
We need to understand what's going on. We need to go behind the story and under the story.
Not just to find out what happened, but why it matters.
2020 will be a political roller coaster, but viewers can count on PBS to be there every step of the way.
Hi, Roger Scott for Big Red Stores. Big Red Stores is proud to support high school athletics and to sponsor these high school championship games. Over 40 Big Red Stores are located throughout Central Arkansas, each one staffed with our team members who have participated in games, marched in the band, or led the spirit teams in cheers. And now we are pleased to bring families, schools, and communities together. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever. Enjoy the games.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, 25-21. Viola leads Kirby in the Class 1A Girls State Championship game. RJ Hawk along with Nick Lasker. And Nick, boy, what an exciting first half. You've got a freshman leading the way for Viola. We talked so much about Miss Jones and all these, and then you got McCandless, A.J. McCandless, who came in and stole the show there in the first half.
That's right. She's a freshman, but she doesn't play like one.
Yeah.
I guess she's been on this stage before. Playing very well.
And really, you look at this game, Kirby jumped out to a lead in this thing, and you were wondering, oh boy, Kirby's got a 8-point lead. Can Viola mount a comeback? And boy, they came roaring back, took a 25-21 lead.
This game is much like during your season. You have to be able to withstand the runs.
Yeah.
And that was what Viola was able to do. Withstand the run, get to your pace of play your system, and it usually works out for you.
Well, let's take a look at our first half highlights, as it was an exciting first half that saw both teams go up and down the floor, and we will get those highlights here just momentarily. But and here they are, courtesy of Arkansas PBS, and nice three-point attempt over on the right corner by Viola. And this is really by Kirby, that started the game. It was the three-point shooting that Viola said they had to defend, and then quickly you saw Viola make a comeback. And one thing I will say about this Kirby team, they never flinched. They never flinched, and they stayed into it. it was just back and forth once they tied the ball game.
Yes, with 38 wins, I'm pretty sure in some of those ball games you've been behind before. So you stick to your guns, and people rise to the level and the occasion. And Gigi Davis was one of those individuals where, she already has met her average.
Yeah, and you see Lindsey Browning, she got involved in the action for Viola, but really it's the three-point shooting for Kirby that's kept them in this game, and their performance by Gigi Davis, who's had 11 points so far here in the first half. We highlighted a couple players in the onset of this ball game, right, but really it's been Gigi Davis and A.J. McCandless who have stole the show for both their teams so far.
That's right. Those young ladies were already identified as leaders, maybe not the leader, but leader on the team. And so I think this second half is going to be much of the same. Full dose of what we've been getting, but then there'll be one or two players that'll come up and make a crucial bucket or maybe get a steal or get that crucial rebound.
Well, we'll talk more about this game coming up next, but long before the WNBA, women's basketball beyond high school was practically non-existent. However, in 1949, one Arkansas woman set out to change all that and left an inevitable mark on sports. Here's the story of Hazel Walker and her barnstorming All-American women's basketball team, the Arkansas Travelers.
Hazel Walker, she at halftime would challenge anybody from the stands. She would shoot 15 standing, 10 kneeling, and 5 sitting. And I never saw her beat.
To me, Hazel Walker was a legend. There was no league for women's professional basketball. And rather than just relying on what was out there, Hazel was an entrepreneur. She created something all of her own as an owner, manager, and player. And from 1949 until 1965, she barnstormed all over the country, playing only men's teams and winning 85% of her games.
We actually played hardball against these men. Not that we could compete with them strength-wise, like rebounding and that kind of stuff, but we could outscore them because everybody on the team could shoot. And I know I would average scoring 45, 50 points a night against men.
She chose some of the finest women basketball players all over the country, many of those that had been in the AAU ranks but had nowhere else to go. Some went straight from high school to Hazel's teams. Their schedule was 220 games a year. Now that's 2.5 times an NBA schedule.
You hear these people say now their legs are tired and they got to rest so many days and stuff like that. We played every night for 6.5 months. We played hurt. I've played with sprained ankles, everything else. You had to because there was only 7 of us.
The first half of Hazel's games, they would do a lot of showboating, a lot of Globetrotters type activities.
We tried to integrate something funny in each quarter. Like we had a football play and we would line up, they would line up, and then I would back off like the quarterback and shoot a long, most of the time for my almost center court.
But the second half, they said, was straight up basketball. Straight up competitive full court basketball.
I don't think I would have enjoyed it if it had all been fake because I was too much of a competitor and wanting to win.
Everything was going great. And then Hazel decided that at 50, her game wasn't what it used to be. And she didn't like the idea of continuing the Travelers if she wasn't a part of it. Just couldn't see the team continuing without her. And so therefore ended the Travelers in 1965.
A woman today has every opportunity in the world to be whatever they want to be. If you want to be a good athlete, you got to work for it. No matter what you do, you got to work at it. And back in my day, you didn't have that choice. And nowadays, everything's wide open. And I would say, go get it. If you want it, go get it.
The
We salute pioneers like Hazel Walker and her team of trailblazers who inspired generations of female athletes. Well, we've got much more of the Class 1A Girls Basketball State Championship game live from Bank OZK Arena coming up next right here on Arkansas PBS.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Welcome back to Bank OZK Arena. 25-21's our score in the Class 1A Girls State Championship game. It's time to head back courtside as Wes Moore and Bobby Swafford are standing by for the second half of this Girls State Championship game.
Yeah, if that second half is as good as the first half, we're in store for a fun one. It's been a game of runs for both these teams. You look at it, and Kirby had a 10-5 lead at one point. That was their largest lead of the game. And then Viola went on a big run. They took the lead. They led by as many as 6 at one point. The lead is down to 4. But to me, one of the big things here, besides McCandless, and we've talked over and over about AJ and how great she's playing for a freshman, but it's Davis for Kirby. Well, we thought it was going to be a Davis, but it's Gigi Davis who's leading the team with 11 points.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how she reacts to. She rolled the ankle that final minute of that second quarter. She's out there for warm-ups. Looks like she's walking around okay right now for Kirby, but right now the Lady Trojans are living and dying by the three-point shot. When they went on their runs, they were knocking down shots. They knocked down too early, took that early 6-2 lead. They're 4 of 14 from long distance. If they're knocking down shots from the outside, that's going to open up things for Mackenzie Jones on the inside, who's held to just 2 points on 0 of 3 shooting in that first 16 minutes.
And you got to give Viola's defense some credit. They forced Kirby to shoot just 25% from the floor, just 6 of 24 in the first half. Viola, on the other hand, they're shooting 53% from the field. They're 9 of 17. Their problem has been turnovers. 8 turnovers in the first half for Viola. They're getting good looks and knocking down shots when they take care of the basketball.
Yeah, 6 of those have been live turnovers as well. 6 steals for Kirby, but they have not been able to take advantage. Only 3 points off of those 8 turnovers. You know that's got to be a point of emphasis for Kirby as we start the third quarter.
Viola will have the ball as we start this second half. Viola trying to increase their lead. The Lady Longhorns in orange. We got man-to-man defense to start the second half from Kirby. They're working inside. Great passing. 2 really good, crisp passes. And Viola gets a wide-open layup. That time it is Fierce with it down low. We saw Fierce go on a nice little personal run in the first half, and she starts things off for Viola.
Yeah, 9 points for Fierce. 12 for McCandless. She's all the offense the Longhorns have needed so far.
Kirby looking to go inside, double team, but that doesn't matter to Mackenzie Jones. She takes it up strong over 2 Viola defenders and gets it to fall.
Not going to take an expert to figure out what the halftime adjustment was for the Kirby offense. Got to get Mackenzie Jones involved. It's her first bucket of the day.
I'm sure that's all Coach had to do is point out. Girls, look at Mackenzie Jones' totals, will you please?
Yep.
Tell me, what does she have?
She doesn't have a huge size advantage. Lindsey Browning, 5'11" for Viola. It's matched up pretty well with her, but you know Mackenzie Jones is going to be the X factor, if you want to call it that, here in the second half.
Viola taking it inside at Mackenzie Jones. Can't get the shot to fall. Jones gets the rebound. Here comes Kirby with it. Mount with it up top. Josie gives it up. Harmon has it. Gigi gets it inside. Now, see what happens. Inside out, wide open 3, good.
That's how it works. The defense collapses on Jones, and then Harmon buries one from the corner.
Addie Harmon with the 3. Pass goes off of Kirby, so Viola will keep it.
It's amazing how one bucket, Wes, will completely change complexion of how a defense reacts. She gets the easy bucket, this Jones, so they all collapse on her the next time she touches it. Wide open look from the corner.
Great look at that right there. The inside out was perfect. Loose ball, Viola comes up with it. Gets a little 15-footer, but it's short. Kirby with the rebound. Come the Trojans with it. A little sloppy, so they're going to slow things down. They also want to wait for Gigi Davis to get down the court. Davis joins her teammates. Viola playing man-to-man right now. Good cut. Nice cut.
Jones has got it working on the offensive end. She gives Kirby the lead, and she's fired up, and so is the home crowd behind us.
Had a little pep in her step when she ran down the court that time. Kirby takes the lead. They got a 1-point lead. Viola looking to retake the lead. Drive in, off-balance shot, and it falls. That was a tough shot.
14 points now for A.J. McCandless.
A.J. gets it to fall. Back and forth we go. Kirby looking to retake the lead. Drive in, right-handed runner, no good. Viola with the rebound. Called foul.
Yeah, those are the type of fouls you can't have really any game of the season, especially at this stage. You're 90 feet away from the basket. You miss the shot, and Kaylee Dugan, a little frustration, tries to steal the ball in the backcourt and picks up a cheap foul.
A little frustration foul there from Dugan. Viola looking to add to their lead. They lead it by 1. Get the ball across half court. They were taking their time. He was counting. I was wondering how close they were. Well, she didn't like that foul. Dugan just picked up another one.
Yeah, 2 fouls in the span of about 15 seconds for Dugan. It's not going to be too happy about that, but that was just her first 2 fouls of the game, so still no foul trouble just yet.
Longhorns get it in. They're looking to attack right away. Get it inside. Good look. Miss the layup. Offensive rebound. No good. Kirby comes away with it. Now Viola picks up a bit of a cheap foul. That was Lindsey Browning called with the foul.
The third personal foul. That's a big foul for Viola's defense. She's been able to match up with Jones on the inside, but we'll see how they react with her picking up her third. And now if you're Kirby, you go right inside and try to get that fourth before they get her off the floor.
And Viola's changing things up. They go to a 2-3 zone this time down the court. We've seen a 1-3-1 in man, but now they're going to a 2-3. But it doesn't affect Kirby at all. Baseline jumper is good, and now Kirby takes the lead.
Yeah, Gigi Davis knocks down the little jumper. 5 of 7 from the field is Gigi. She's got 13 points.
3 lead changes quickly here in the third quarter.
Perfect execution, Wes. We talked about how to dissect a 1-3-1, the soft corner, the short corner, if you want to call it that, against the 2-1-2. Is where it's at, and they picked it apart.
Another cheap foul. I hate to call it cheap. Dugan's just not getting her feet set, and a little bump foul. She's thinking they're cheap, but that's 3. Yeah. And she's just kind of bumped the girl each time.
Yeah, she's frustrated too. That'd be a good move to get her out just for a minute or two. They need her offense. She's knocked down a couple threes in this contest, but get her to calm down, and because you're going to need her for the final 8 minutes in this 4.5 in the third quarter.
Yeah, Bobby,
that relevant.
That's 3 fouls in 3.5 minutes. Kirby comes away with the steal. Have a 3-on-2, but they're going to pull it out. Reset things. Mount gets them set. Work it inside. They collapse. Throw it back out, and you got a wide open 3 from Addie Harmon.
Harmon created her own offense. She forced the steal on one end and able to knock down her second three-pointer this third quarter from the wing, and they pushed their lead up to 4.
I thought she may want to attack, and she knew what she was doing. She knew she could get a wide open 3. Shot's no good. Harmon with the rebound, and she's knocked to the ground. Harmon hops up. She's okay. Kirby's feeling it. They've taken a 4-point lead. You're watching the 1A Girls State Finals on Arkansas PBS.
Hi, Roger Scott for Big Red Stores. Big Red Stores is proud to support high school athletics and to sponsor these high school championship games. Over 40 Big Red Stores are located throughout Central Arkansas, each one staffed with our team members who have participated in games, marched in the band, or led the spirit teams in cheers. And now we are pleased to bring families, schools, and communities together. Big Red Stores, now more convenient than ever. Enjoy the games.
East Lake Meadows was just like heaven to us until it became a nightmare.
We were all saying that they need to do something about this place. They did something all right.
Public housing has always been both a financial proposition and a moral one.
I don't think we ever gave enough credit to people who worked hard to build a place for themselves. There was no one else who was going to be there.
Welcome back into the 1A Girls State Finals. Kirby's got a 4-point lead, and you can get updates about this game and all of the state finals on Arkansas PBS sent right to your phone. Text ARPBS Sports to 313131 and do it right now.
Wes Moore and Bobby Swafford with you courtside at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs. This is the 1A Girls State Championship game between Kirby and Viola. Viola led it at the half, but it's been a strong third quarter for Kirby so far. They have taken a 4-point lead.
They're 5 of 6 from the field this half, and that's how quick runs tend to happen.
Viola in their 1-3-1 defense. We saw a 2-3 earlier, but that didn't bother Kirby at all. They got a quick basket, so Viola's changed things up a little bit. Kirby's going to take their time, work it around. They've done a great job of working the ball inside out. They'll take the long three. It's no good. But they have the offensive rebound. How about that? Looked like, I thought Viola did a great job of blocking out, but you saw the size there, the length there.
Yeah, the nice job by Jones going up strong, and then draws the contact, forces another foul. That's the third foul on Braylon Fierce. So there's 3 on Fierce, 3 on Browning. That's the 2 bigs for Viola, and just like that, Wes, Kirby has not only taken the lead with this big run, but put maybe the 2 most important players on the floor for Viola into foul trouble.
Jones picks up her 7th point of the night, or the afternoon. Jones had 29 points in the semifinals in their game-clinching win, so you know she's capable of scoring a lot of points in a big-time game. Now she's up to 8.
Yeah, she's got 8 points in the last, I guess 5 or 6 points in the last 5 minutes, and so the offense is running through her right now, and she created those points with the offensive effort.
Viola needing a basket, but it's another turnover, and here comes Kirby. Kirby 3-on-1, all the way to the basket. They get the foul. They'll go to the free throw line. I was just looking at a note from Kirby, what they really needed to do in this game. Their coach said they had to create turnovers, and we got to get points off turnovers. What's been happening in the third quarter?
Yeah, Viola's been turning it over, and they're going on fast breaks. They're able to create some easy shots for themselves, even though the first free throw doesn't go.
Josie Mount unable to knock down that free throw. Mount's got 2 points on the game, both from the free throw line. Make it 3 now. She's 3 of 4 from the free throw line.
Viola with 10 turnovers now, double digits in miscues on the offensive end, and they're really starting to add up as their deficit is now down up to 7.
That's the largest lead of the game for Kirby. They led by 6 early in the first quarter, but now up to 7. Viola needs a basket, working it inside. Nothing there. Kirby playing man-to-man defense. Working a little 2-man game right now for Viola. A little hop there, but no call. They get it inside. That size advantage. Well, I was about to say, you can see the size advantage really working in Kirby's favor, but Viola gets the rebound, sticks it back in. Much needed basket for the Lady Longhorns.
Yeah, nice job by Browning staying with her own miss. Probably a little partially blocked from behind, puts it back. She's got 6.
2-3 defense, and once again, that 2-3 defense isn't bothering Kirby at all.
Yeah, Allison Strasser knocks down the triple, and they're starting to warm up from the outside. Is Kirby. They're 6 of 8 this half, 3 of 4 from distance.
Strasser came in the first half, missed a couple of threes, but she was not shy about taking those threes when coming in off the bench. You see her come back in, not shy, knocks it in. Kirby with the rebound. Once again, you see Mackenzie Jones on the glass. Here comes Kirby with it. Strasser drives, throws up the shot, partially blocked, no good. Here comes Viola. They trail by 8. Look at the hustle. 2 girls on the court.
Another turnover, though, for Viola. 1-on-3, and the freshman McCandless was going to try to attack. Probably a poor decision there. They turn it over, and it's a big final 80 seconds for Viola. They're down 8. They had the lead at the half. They've got to find a way to get it to a manageable deficit going into that fourth quarter. Can't let this one get away.
Addie Harmon getting on the court, getting on the floor to get the turnover, but now Viola gets a turnover. Offensive foul on Strassner.
Called for the illegal screen or a little push underneath. And turnover you don't want if you're Kirby. Probably a turnover you really needed if you're the Lady Longhorns.
Viola will try to cut into this 8-point deficit. AJ with it. Into the corner for an open look.
Good shot.
Yes. AJ to Sammy, McCandless to McCandless. Much needed.
The elder, she's the junior. She knocks down the 3. That's a big bucket to cut the gap to 5.
Viola goes back to a man-to-man defense. 2-3 wasn't working. Great job from Viola. Stood the ground right there, didn't she?
Great job by Fierce, yeah.
She made sure she was set. Hands straight up in the air. No foul is called.
That's a stressful play for Coach Jason Hughes. She's already got 3 fouls and easily could have been called for a 4th, but a nice job by Fierce setting her feet, went straight up and gets the ball back for their team as they're trying to maybe burn it for the last shot.
Last 10 seconds, they're going to take another 3. Another 3 is good. Sammy knocks down 2 in a row right at the perfect time for Viola and their fans. Response isn't there for Strassner, and we had an 8-point game just about a minute ago, and after back-to-back 3s, we got a 2-point game.
Sammy McCandless shows if she gets her feet set, especially on that left wing, she is deadly. Back-to-back triples, and this is going to be an interesting final 8 minutes of the 1A state finals.
Kirby leads it 39-37, 1 quarter to go. You're watching the 1A girls state finals on Arkansas PBS.
One of the best things about being a community-focused bank like Centennial is that we encourage our employees to volunteer and give back. That's why our bankers are often seen around town involved in activities that have less to do with money matters and more to do with supporting others. From charity events and disaster relief, the Chamber of Commerce and civic activities, we enjoy rolling up our sleeves and helping make our community a better place. See for yourself the difference our local commitment can make. More information available at my100bank.com. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Welcome back to the 1A Girls State Finals, but new for 2020, Arkansas PBS Sports is bringing you the high school baseball and softball state finals from Fayetteville coming up this May. You get the latest updates by signing up for alerts at myarkansaspbs.org/sports as Kirby picks up a ticky-tack foul to start this 4th period.
Strassner was playing some aggressive defense, and she gets called for the bumping, little bump going on. She goes out and back into the game. It's Kaylee Dugan.
And the next foul on Kirby is going to send Viola to the foul line, so this one could get determined at that 15-foot charity stripe.
Viola can tie it with the 2 or take the lead with the 3. They thought about the 3. Good defense. It goes out of bounds off of Kirby, so Viola will keep it. Had a little penetration drive in. She was going to kick it out for a wide open 3, but Harmon did a good job getting her hands up, and Addie knocks it out of bounds. A deflection there. Viola gets it, another 3-point attempt, partially blocked. Felt like that one was partially blocked. Kirby comes away with it.
Nice job to get out on McCandless, who had knocked down 2 threes to knock the end of the 3rd quarter. Good close out by the Kirby defense.
Harmon thought about that 3. She's knocked down one just a few minutes ago, and she has the green light. Dugan with it up top. They're going to look inside. Got a walk there.
Don't travel.
Yep, they called the walk on.
It's a great help defense. I believe that was Sammy McCandless coming up on the backside. Jones thought she had a clear path to the bucket. Turned around, the defender right in her face. Took a little hop.
I think you're exactly right. It surprised her a little bit that the defender was there, bumped into her, and it caused her to travel. So Viola with it. They're down 2. Corner shot, wide open 3-point attempt is good.
An 8-point lead for Kirby, gone with 3 shots from Viola from deep.
Addie Harmon with it. Viola's in a man-to-man defense.
The first bucket of the day for Kiara Moore.
And she was one of those to watch. She had a chance there to drive to the basket, but got her feet moving a little too fast. Travel is called. The coach wants a timeout. He didn't like that turnover. That's 2 in a row. We had the charge, or the 2 travels in a row, and in the meantime, Viola's gotten hot from the outside. They've knocked down 3 threes, and an 8-point lead for Kirby has disappeared. Now it's Viola by 1.
Yeah, it's quality over quantity in the second half for Viola from deep. They're 3 of 4 from long distance, but all 3 have come in the last 90 seconds or so of game action, and that took a 8-point deficit. It's got them with a 1-point lead.
We're taking a look at the last three-pointer that gave Viola the lead. That was just a simple little penetration, kick it out, drive, dish, wide open 3.
Yeah,
you see a lot of that in the college game right now. It's dribble, drive, penetrate, and dish it out, and that's what you're seeing right now out of Viola.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything too complicated. Coaches aren't on the sidelines drawing things up. As you mentioned it, Wes, it's just dribble, drive, they collapse on you, you find the open shooter, and really for both of these teams, you know, it's 40-39, not exactly the most high-scoring game, but they're knocking down wide-open shots.
Well, one of the things that Viola has done all of a sudden is started taking care of the ball.
That's right.
When Kirby went on their run, Viola was turning it over. Kirby was forcing turnovers, and that was leading to some easy transition points. And all of a sudden you look up, and Kirby was up 8 points in the third quarter, and then Viola started taking care of the ball. They get quality shots. When they've taken care of the ball, Viola's made their shots today. They've made 47% of their shots from the field. They're 5 of 10 from the three-point line. So when they take care of the ball, they're scoring points.
Yeah, 8 turnovers in the first 16 minutes, but just 3 in the last 12. So nice job by the Lady Longhorns valuing the basketball.
Viola looking to add to their lead. That time they did set up a play. They had a double screen set up, but the shot's no good. Get a wide open 3. This one is off. Kirby gets the rebound.
Thought we gave him the announcer jinx there. We're going to turn it over right when we're talking about it.
Addie Harmon with it, throws it inside, forced it that time, and Viola comes away with the steal. Here come the Longhorns looking to push it. Now they'll pull it out. Sammy McCandless with it right now. Sammy drives. She's going to give it to her sister. Back to Sammy. And she loses it. Kirby with the turnover. Costly turnover that time for Viola. Kirby needing a basket. Got an open look from 15 feet. Drive in. A lot of bodies in the paint. And they did a great job. Viola did a great job. They just stood their ground, put their hands straight up.
Yeah, they knew they had the size advantage, did Viola's defense. So they just, like you said, threw the hands straight up, forced a tough shot, and got the ball back for their offense. But they turned it over for the second straight possession.
Costly turnover. That was a needless turnover. Harmon inside. Viola fans were wanting to walk, weren't they? Is that what they were yelling about?
No, the Kirby fans behind us were wanting Mackenzie Jones to go to work.
Oh, they wanted to do something with it. Okay. Pass. I tell you what, they got away with one there. They were looking inside, but it goes off the hands of Viola, so Kirby will keep it. They have possession. 5 minutes to go. Kirby down 1. They can take the lead right here. Get it to Harmon. Harmon will pull that. They better get on her. They do. Really looking to try to get it inside. But Viola knows that, and they're doing a good job of clogging up the paint. 15-footer, no good. Viola there with the rebound. They've been getting all the rebounds here recently. Viola looking to go to work quickly down. Nothing there. Good cut, good pass. Passed up the open shot, and they want a timeout.
Yeah.
Coach wants a timeout.
Yeah.
I thought they passed up a couple of good looks right there.
She might have been a little too far under the bucket, but I'm with you. I think Jason Hughes is with us as well. If you're that open, you got to take the shot, but he burns a timeout with about 4.5 left in this final period, and they've got a 1-point lead.
Leading the way for Viola still, well, it's the McCandlesses. You got AJ with 14. You got Sammy with 8. Browning has 6. And Fierce has 9. Fierce had a nice run for a while for Viola. She hasn't scored here recently. Leading the way for Kirby is Davis with 13 points. Dugan has 6. Harmon has 6. And Jones has 8.
You got to like what Fierce has been able to do down low. She's really been, doing a nice job on Mackenzie Jones defensively. She's got 9 points and 7 rebounds. Usually the high volume scorers get the state title MVP, but right now I like what Braylon Fierce is doing in the paint.
For Kirby, Gigi Davis has 13. She rolled her ankle there at the end of the first half. been a little bit of a quieter second half for her after a really good first half.
Yeah, had 11 in the first half, has knocked down a shot here in the second half, but you're exactly right, Wes. They've done a nice job collapsing the defense on her, but the scoring has been a lot more even on the Kirby side, a lot more players in the scoring column. At Viola, it's those 4 players you've got to slow down. And right now, that's why they've got the 1-point lead.
That's been pretty much the story all season for Kirby. They spread out the scoring. A lot of players capable of scoring on any given night. Viola drive, good penetration, partially blocked, and Kirby comes away with the rebound. Here comes Kirby, looking to drive. Good pass across the court. And now Kirby has the lead.
Right when we said she hasn't done much lately, Gigi Davis gets a nice feed and finishes on the block and puts the Lady Trojans back in front.
It was kind of quiet when I said that. So
that's right.
Maybe she was hustling down the court, wanted to finish that in that, and she did. Kirby back with the lead, 41-40. Viola with it. Kirby playing man-to-man defense. They do such a good job of help defense. Sometimes it's hard to tell if they're playing man-to-man. They're in the zone. Here comes on the backside Addie Harmon. She causes the steal.
By Harmon.
Addie with it. I think she got away with the backcourt, but that's okay. Kirby with it. Davis back to Harmon. Now they're going to set it up.
So nice job. Harmon's got 3 or 4 steals today. She's done a really nice job on the defensive end.
We all saw that coming except for the ball handler. She had no idea Addie was coming from behind. Kirby drives in, partially blocked, and got a foul called on Viola.
So she got in there amongst the trees, but got the benefit of the foul call. I think they're going to hit the media timeouts.
So Josie Mount will go to the free throw line when we come back. A chance to put up her Kirby Trojans by 3. You're watching the 1A State Championships on Arkansas PBS.
Arkansas PBS has a great opportunity to receive $20,000. Over the course of 100 days, if they find 3,000 new donors, they get $20,000 thanks to the Susan Howarth Foundation. Arkansas PBS has always been a champion for music and music education. So let me ask you, are you going to be a champion for Arkansas PBS? I'm Ryan Harmon, and I'm a champion for Arkansas PBS.
I was raised to believe, despite where I came from,
that I could literally be anything I wanted to be.
I love bringing other people together.
I feel like I'm doing something important.
My office is the great outdoors of Alaska.
I had loving family members who pushed me to dream big.
PBS American Portrait. Share your story today.
Whether you're a Razorback, a Red Wolf, or a Golden Lion, there's one thing we can all agree on. Taking the 2020 census is a win-win for all of Arkansas. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Well, welcome back to the 1A Girls State Championship game. Be the first to know what's happening at Arkansas PBS. To get the latest sports updates, you can download the all-new Engage Arkansas PBS app through the Apple Store today as Kirby goes to the foul line for a pair.
Mounts 3 for 4 from the free throw line this evening. Feels like it's evening. It's actually afternoon.
Well, inside it's dark.
Yeah, that make her 4 for 5 as Trojans take a 2-point lead. There we go, 2 for 2 from the free throw line from Mount. She's 4 or 5 from the line, and more importantly, she gives the Trojans a 3-point lead with 3 minutes to go.
This has been back and forth. Now we'll have to see if Viola has an answer.
Well, you remember they were down 8 and hit 3 straight threes, take a 1-point lead. Down 3 now. They're very capable of making a little bit of a run here. Sammy McCandless with it. McCandless gives it, passes it off to AJ. Shot's no good. Rebound pulled down for Kirby. Big rebound from Gigi Davis. Hey, no reason for Kirby to get in a hurry. They lead by 3 with 2.5 minutes, so if you don't want to come out and play them tough defense, they'll dribble the ball out.
Yeah, still a couple fouls away from putting Kirby at the foul line, too, so you can't wait terribly long. We're almost creeping up on that 2-minute mark.
Josie with it. Over to Addie. Nice move inside. Missed the shot, but how about the rebound from Dugan? She puts it up. No good. Dugan fights for the rebound, pulls it out this time. There you go. Pull it out. Work some more clock. Kirby up 3.
Nice job by Dugan showing the hustle play, and those are the type of plays that can help you win a state championship. Not only get you an extra look, but also be able to kill extra 20, 30, maybe even 40 seconds off the clock.
I got a text from Ken Duke a couple minutes ago. Kaylee Dugan's a cousin. It's his cousin's daughter, and he was watching us and wanted to let us know that Kaylee's his cousin. There's the first foul for Viola.
Next one will put him in the bonus. The scoreboard's wrong.
Maybe. He was motioning 1-1, but I don't think it's quite 1-1 yet.
You know, math is our strong point. The officials, not so much.
There you go. Well, we're over here looking at it, so we've got stats right in front of us, so they got a little confused.
Come on, Wes. We just like to take shots when we can.
Good job there from Mount. Addie has it, wide open 3, but no need to take it right now. They're going to work this clock. I think it's a great decision for Kirby, up 3. A little bit of a deflection, but there's your second foul.
Yep. Now this is when those free throws at the end of practice every day, dating back to really August, are going to pay off for Kirby, because if they can knock down the free throws, they might have a chance to ice this one away.
Big free throws coming up for Kirby. Addie Harmon goes to the line. Harmon's first attempt is good. That was her first attempt of the day. She had knocked down 2 of 4 from the three-point line, but had not gone to the free throw line. So her first free throw makes it a four-point game, a 2-possession game. Make it a 5-point game.
Knocked them both down with confidence. Kirby's got a 5-point lead.
Viola looking to make it happen quickly. They get into the offense, inside out. They're going to get it back out to Sammy McCandless. Sammy, long 3, no good. It's short. May have forced that one.
Yeah, forced that one now. I feel like Viola going to have to extend the pressure full court. Still enough time, West, that you don't have to foul immediately. Maybe see and force a turnover in the backcourt, but once they cross the half-court stripe,
Mackenzie Jones looking over at their fans for Kirby, telling them, let's go, get loud, this is big.
6 straight points for Kirby. It's been over quite a long stretch, but Viola in quite the scoring drought. Last 6:04 it looks like.
Yeah, Viola hasn't made a basket, I'm looking here, since the 7-minute mark. They've gone almost 7 minutes. The last basket they made was a 3-pointer from Moore in the corner that gave them the lead at 40-39.
Yeah, it's a tough time to hit your biggest drought of the day, but 6 minutes and 4 seconds without a point, at least according to the stat sheet, but I think you're closer to right, Wes. You got 7 minutes.
Yeah, and they've had 3 turnovers also during that time. Yeah, and Kirby's on a 6-0 run over the last 3 minutes.
It was right about the time we talked about how much better of a job they were doing in the second half of protecting the basketball. Had 2 real quick turnovers, and you mentioned they've had a third. So a little miscues late in the game. They tend to add up, and they catch up with you. And right now, Kirby's been able to take advantage of it, see if they can hold on for the last 55.9.
Yeah, 14 turnovers for Viola. They're perfect 5 from 5 from the free throw line. They're shooting 42% from the three-point line and 42% from the field. It's just been turning the ball over that's been a big issue for Viola. Now they're going to try to create a turnover. They're going full court press right now. Kirby gets it into their point guard. No problem. They work the ball across half court. Addie has it. They're going to now pull it out. Work a little bit of the clock, cause the foul. Now Dugan will go to the free throw line. Dugan has not shot a free throw today. She's 2 for 4 from the three-point line. She's got 6 points. This will be her first free throw attempt.
Still in the 1-on-1. So she'll have to knock down the first to earn the bonus. That's a nice job by Kirby. That's a press offense executed to perfection. Able to kill a few seconds once you got across the half-court line as well.
And you make both here. It's a 3-possession game. Big free throw. First you saw Addie Mount go to the free throw line, or Addie Harmon go to the free throw line, knock down 2. Now Kaylee Dugan tries to do the same. She does.
Move.
I don't think either one of those hit the rim.
Nope.
No pressure, right? Viola down 7. They need a basket quickly. McCandless drives in, off the glass, good. 5-point game. Timeout, Viola.
It's a nice job when you're down 3 possessions. A 3 doesn't do you a whole lot of good, especially if you miss it. Captain obviously showed up, but sometimes you go in and get the easy bucket. She banks one in and cuts it to a 5-point game. Call timeout. Got time to set up your defense, but now you're kind of running out of time here, Wes. You probably have to foul as soon as you don't create a turnover off the inbounds.
A.J. McCandless now has 16 points for Viola. She leads all scorers for both teams. 16 points is the high. You're exactly right. Viola's going to try to get a steal off the inbounds, maybe to half court, but once they get across half court, you're going to have to foul. Down 5 with only 35 seconds to go.
Yeah, running out of chances and also running out of timeouts. Viola just with 1 stoppage of the clock left, while Kirby's got 2.
Give credit to Kirby. They've made the free throws down the stretch when it counted. Addie Harmon's going to throw it in for Kirby. They're going to try to get it in to Josie Mount, their point guard. They want to get it to her. Dugan is fouled again, so she'll go back to the free throw line. And after making 2 and not hitting the net, I don't know if that's the one I want to foul.
Exactly. You know, you gotta find the one that you think you can foul, but honestly, if they're on the court at this point in the game, Coach Robert Tucker's got faith in all of them to knock down free throws.
8 points on the game for Kaylee Dugan. Off the back of the rim, but she gets her own rebound. How about that? She's going to be fouled again and go right back to the free throw line. That's got to hurt. That's
tough.
How about that's a fan's pet peeve. That's a player, but that's got to just drive Viola's head coach Jason Hughes crazy right there.
Box out the shooter. How many times did you hear that as a kid, as a high school player? You call college games, you hear it all the time. Box out the shooter, and they don't do it, and it costs them.
Dugan makes the free throw this time. She's 3 of 4 from the line. Lead is up to 6. This will make it a 3-point game, or 3-point possession game. I'll get it right here in a second. She gets it done. 49-42. Viola, not much time. They're going to have to do something quickly. AJ, bam. Oh, I thought she made it. My angle looked good. I thought she had a rainbow. Kirby with it. They're going to quickly try to foul. Finally, they get the foul, and Josie Mount will go to the free throw line, and you can hear the Kirby fans. They know it is just 13 seconds away from celebrating a state title.
Yeah, Kirby's feeling it. That last offensive rebound, you don't box out the free throw shooter, it costs you 10 seconds and 2 points, and might have iced away the game as Kirby tries to cross the 50-point mark.
First free throw is no good, but they get 2 right now. Josie's second free throw is, it rims out. She's done a great job of running the offense.
Yes.
True point guard for Kirby. Long 3-point attempt is short, goes out of bounds. Kirby will throw it in for the final 4.3 seconds. And Kirby, you're about to celebrate the 1A girls state title. There it is, Lady Trojans.
What a response by Kirby. It would have been easy to fold the tent. Viola knocked down 3 straight three-pointers, took a 40-39 lead, but from that point, a 10-2 run to close out the game, and you can't say enough about the defense in that fourth quarter from Kirby West because it was pretty much shut down city for the Trojans on the defensive ends.
Smiles and tears from Kirby right now as they go to shake hands. Viola had all the momentum. They had knocked down 3 straight threes. They went from 8 down to 1 up, and you're exactly right. At that point, I thought the feeling had to be Kirby had just blown a big lead.
Right.
And Viola had all the momentum, but give credit to Kirby, their defense. They make their own run, retake the lead, make the free throws down the stretch, And now they're celebrating that 1A girls title.
Yeah, if you look at the play-by-play and the breakdown of this one, Wes, you're going to find nothing but run after run after run. And you know teams are going to make another one, but it was Kirby who made the biggest one at the end. But no field goals for the last 4 minutes of Kirby, and they still get the win, mainly because of the stat you can see right above that in the current trend. 1 of 7. They finished the game with Viola from the field.
No field goals? Oh, no, that's Kirby. Kirby did a great job making their free throws down the stretch. They went to the free throw line and iced it, put the game away. For Kirby, your leading scorer, Gigi Davis, with 15 points. Kaylee Dugan finished with 10. She was 4 or 5 from the free throw line there late in the game. Addie Harmon had 8, and she had some big plays down the stretch defensively. Addie had a couple of steals. Addie Harmon had 7 steals.
Yeah,
I knew
really
she had
impressive.
a couple big ones in the fourth quarter, and I looked over to see how many she had for the game. 7 steals for Addie Harmon. That's huge. Mackenzie Jones, I know they were trying to work it inside and trying to get her involved more, but Mackenzie Jones finished with 8 points and 9 rebounds.
And Kirby's about to get what they worked so hard for. Win number 39 was the biggest one as they claim the hardware. You can experience all the action all over again next week. And watching the championship games over and over again. myarkansasPBS.org/sports. Kirby not far from here, Wes, and plenty of faithful behind us. And they're going to celebrate this one all day long, I promise you.
49-42 is your final score as they take some pictures with that state trophy. All smiles now. The tears of joy have been wiped away. And it's a moment they'll never forget.
We'll get the head coach, the state championship game MVP coming over in just a minute. And you're Robert Tucker, and we mentioned at the start of the game, they finished the season 39-5. 4 of those losses to teams that are in 4A or bigger. 2 of those teams are playing for a state championship this weekend. You play those big-time competition to get you ready for this moment, and Kirby did not look overwhelmed for this point at all.
We're getting ready for Kirby's head coach to join us now, Robert Tucker. We'll let him get his headset on and talk to Coach Tucker. Coach, first of all, congratulations. You're shaking a little bit. How you feel?
Man, that is unbelievable. 2010, 2020. I mean, we were here in 16 and just come up short, but, man, these kids are just resilient. They played really hard, and you just see the Trojan Nation. I mean, it's unbelievable here for a small town to have this many people here, and they follow us so well. But these kids, the second half battled. I mean, we asked them to do some things different, a little different defensively, and, man, they just show their, how hard they fight and just how much heart and guts they have, and they left it all out on the court. And I'm so proud of them.
Everybody on the outside looking in probably said, okay, you stop Mackenzie Jones, you can beat Kirby. But today, Gigi Davis stepped up and had a huge game for her. I believe she had 13.6 rebounds. She did it on both ends of the floor.
Gigi's a senior, and she's been good for us all year, solid all year. So that's the good thing about us. Kinsey, of course, is our go-to, and she's a dominant player. But we got other ones that can go do things around her, and that's what's helped us throughout this tournament all week last week.
I got to ask you about Addie Harmon. She had 7 steals today. There were a couple big ones in the fourth quarter that led to your comeback.
She is sneaky, athletic, fast, and she does that all year long. And she's done it all year, and she is a tough competitor. And, man, without her out there on the defensive end, her and Kaylee Dugan they battle so hard defensively. They're our best 2 athletes, and they showed it today.
What's this win? What's this title mean for Kirby?
Man, it is unbelievable. As you can tell, these people are just, they love basketball. That's what we do there. And I couldn't be more proud. A community that deserves it, no doubt. And, I mean, it's just a great place to work. I've been there 20 years. Coach Smith's been there 26 or 26. Been there a long time. And, man, it's just a great place to be. And I'm so proud for this team and this community.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you.
Great job.
It. Thank you.
We'll be back with more interviews. You're watching the 1A Girls State Championship postgame show on Arkansas PBS.